Hello everyone, welcome to Salesforce Gurukula. Today we are going to discuss about accessibility in Salesforce Experience Cloud sites, right? So what is this accessibility? How important with respect to Experience Cloud site and all, right? So we'll be knowing we used to build Experience Cloud site to help a business to create a customer and partner portals, forums, or some sort of digital experience related B2B cards and so on, right? So making these sites accessible is very important, right? Making sure that all different sort of a users, right, who are able to access these sites along with the peoples who are disabled peoples can access this site and they are able to fully interact with them, right? So that matters whenever we are building the accessibility, right? So accessibility ensures that all our users can access the digital content, right? It follows the standards like WCAG Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, right? It also adhere to the legal compliances like Americans with Disability Act or European Accessibility Act and so on, right? It is very important. Accessibility is very important in terms of building the Salesforce Experience Clouds, right? So it not only compliance with the accessibility standards, but also it improves the overall user experience, right? Helps they meet the legal requirements, right? If this is not met, then probably you can't host the some sort of customer facing public websites, right? And also it will improve the user experience as well as usability as well as SEO, search engine optimization, right? So if your content is very much accessible, maybe your website will be SEO friendly. So what are the features are available on the Experience Cloud, right? So Salesforce by default provides some of the built-in features to make the Experience Cloud sites accessible, right? Some of them are like, for example, screen reader compatibility, right? So ensures that assistive technologies can interpret the site content correctly, right? For example, if you're using any sort of a screen reader tool like JAWS or NVDA or VoiceOver, so these tools should be able to read out or play out your contents accordingly, right? The other one, keyboard navigation, right, ensures the users can navigate using only the keyword, so not using a mouse or any other touchpad or whatever, right? And customizable themes, right, allows user to select the visual settings and select their own themes based on the high contrast or larger text or a low contrast and so on. So, and also using the alternative text for the images. So this helps the screen reader to read out what this exactly image is meant for, right? And also area landmarks and roles helps the screen readers to understand the structure of a page. This is very important. So what are the best practices for improving the accessibility, right? So one is nothing but as I already said, using the high contrast colors and giving an option for the users to select the, themes, right? And providing the descriptive alt text for the images so that screen reader can read out such images, right? And ensuring a proper heading structures should be followed on the page level, right? Page should have h1 tag that indicates the heading of that particular page, and followed by h2 h3 tags, so on, right? And keyboard navigation is a very important, right? So the tab order for easy navigations, right? So how we can use the keyboard in order to navigate the different navigations menu or section or subsection of the particular page and so on, right? And the very important thing is implementing the area accessible rich internet application attributes, right? Add the area labels to the dynamic elements, as well as we can use area roles for the interactive components. This is very important whenever we are adding the area labels. And test the color contrast and fonts. This is also very important, right? Use some tools like web aam contrast checker to ensure the readability of such colors, right? So we need to avoid using a small font size, right? And ensure the proper spacing is used whenever we are adding such sections and so on. So now coming back to the tools, so now we build the Experience Cloud pages, we have placed all the contents and so on, right? So now the thing is nothing but how to test the accessibility, right? There are multiple tools available for testing the accessibility. So I am just picking some of them which I use for testing the accessibility while doing project implementation. One is nothing but X automated accessibility testing tool, right? So this basically acts as a two different versions. One is a Chrome plugin where you can install it to a Chrome, right? And you can run the accessibility check for a specific page or a set of pages. Okay, and X also have kind of a cloud version of the tool which is available. They are from basically DQ. So it has a multiple features compared to the Chrome plugin. We can schedule the jobs to run the accessibility and send out the reports and so on. If we come to the Google Chrome, also have a dev tool called Google Chrome Lighthouse that also can be used, right? There are multiple accessibility testing tool. So So we also have a screen readers like JAWS and NVIDIA screen readers. So that also can be used in order to test the accessibility, right? That will read out the content of the page and accordingly we can test the accessibility. And the very important part is nothing but for the PDFs, right? So your Experience Cloud site might be having multiple downloadable content, which is the format of the PDF, right? So how you can ensure the PDFs are accessible compliance, right? So in order for checking the PDF's accessibility, so I'm just recommending one of the tool here, PAC. So you can download and install this PAC tool and you can upload your PDF file and you can scan the PDF for checking the accessibility issues. So, Salesforce by default provides multiple features for adding the accessibility related attributes, right? If you are going with the out-of-box CMS related components, so it has a multiple properties to define your alt texts, right? Everything. And if you are building a lightning components with a customized screen and all, you should add the accessible related attributes, color contracts, tab, navigations, and so on. Right. So I'm quickly jumping into show one of the examples of how to use the X tool, right? For example, for time being, for testing purpose, I'm just picking up the Amazon website, consumer facing, and you can see you can go to inspect, and I already installed the X Devtool Chrome plugin. It's already been installed. What I'll do, you just open any sort of a public website, whichever you are building, you can see that X DevTool will be available here. So you can see there are multiple options to scan the page. For time being, what I will do, I'm not signing up with any sort of a X account here. Just I'm just using the free edition. So here there are multiple options are available. Full page scan or a partial page scan, right? I'm just clicking on a full page scan and you can see here there are multiple issues has been highlighted here. For example, if you click on one of the issue here, button must have a discriminable text. You can see here that particular issue has been highlighted here. So similarly, there are multiple issues can be identified by using AX Chrome plugin. Similarly, right? So if you are going with the PDFs, probably you can use PAC tool, download it and install it to your machine and upload your PDF and scan that particular PDF. So that way you can cross check whether your PDF related contents are accessible or not. right? So I'm sharing some of the resources which will help you to understand in depth of the accessibility, right? And if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Thank you very much.